everybody. Much love to you all. Hey, family, my butterflies out there. Welcome back. As you see, I am doing a second reading on T.I. and Tiny. We all know that these two have been going through it due to the scandal, okay? That has been going on with these two. And they've been very quiet lately. So, what I'm doing, I'm pretty much, being led by the Spirit. And I just want to get a divine insight. What's going on with these two? They're very quiet. What's going on with Tiny? What is she thinking? I'm trying to find out what's going on with Ti as well. So what I did, I went ahead and shuffled my cards. I meditated on Tiny, Tamika Harris. I meditated on her, to try to get an idea, as far as getting a little theme when it comes to this reading, what's going on with this sister. And then I meditated on her husband Ti, and trying to get an idea what's going on with him. Now before I get started, this is for entertainment purpose only. And this information right here is allegedly, but I am led by the Spirit, family. So I thank you all for watching, and let's get with this reading, okay? So this is Tiny right here, okay, on my left. These two right here is pretty much what I'm getting from Ti, okay? Right here, the first card is upside down. Upward, this is grounding, okay? And that just pretty much, had this card been upward concerning Tiny, okay, Tamika Harris, had this card been upward, it would be letting us know that in the present that she was grounded, okay, as well as balance. And what I mean by that, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, okay. But when one of them are off, we're not grounded. We're not feeling balance at all. So this is the vibration that Tamika's giving off in the present. Tiny. She's not feeling balance at all. It's pretty much like her emotions are all over the place. Let me just say that. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. The next card is upward. That's right. This is power. This is personal power. This is Tiny trying to get her personal power back. Okay, so obviously, yeah, she's fighting the good fight. She is fighting the good fight, and I'm sure Ti is doing the same thing. But as I stated, I was pretty much, focusing on Tiny. She's fighting the good fight. Now, I want to read up on this card, family, so many of you can receive clarity. It does have additional meaning. Okay. Sometimes we feel like other people know what's best for us and the situation at hand, and due to a lack of self love and honor, we give our power over to them. I don't mean no harm, family, but that do sound like Tiny, especially when it comes to her husband. It's lack of self love and honor, we give our power over to them. It is now time to connect to your own wisdom, love, and personal power. And this is what she's doing in the present, family, behind the scenes, okay? It is now time to connect to your own wisdom, love, and personal power. Everything you required is within you. Now it's time to look within and listen to that loving wisdom and your own divine guidance. Okay? You have been handling your power over to others. Now it's time for you to reel it back in. It is time to make your own decisions and choices and allow the power of your soul to shine through to create and manifest your heart's desire. So basically, Tiny's just trying to get her power back. Okay? I'm sure, she's been having a lot of time, a long time, shall I say, reflecting on her life. Okay? And it doesn't take a rocket science to know that Tiny lacks self love. Okay, and it doesn't matter how much makeup she puts on, how much she smile, how much she get plastic surgery and all that. When you allow people to do things, her husband Ti, but anyway, when you allow people to do things to you and you put up with it, and she has been, okay? She has been, shall I say. You pretty much let people run over you, okay? You're not speaking up for yourself, and you're not loving yourself to get to that place of, hey, saying enough is enough. Right now, she and her husband, they are really battling. They have a fight going on, and in this present time behind the scenes, she is fighting, as far as trying to, protect her reputation, her marriage. And I'm not going to go ahead of myself because I'm not really finished with this reading yet. I don't know what's really going to come out of this reading, to be honest with you. But all I'm saying is, behind the scenes, Tiny is trying to fight the good fight. Okay, she's trying to fight the good fight due to this so-called scandal that's going on behind the scenes. Now this is Ti right here. This is Ti. This is pretty much the vibration he's giving up, as well as his thought process. Ti is thinking about family. He is thinking about family, and he always been like a family man to me anyway. But right here, his mind is really on family, and rightfully so. Okay, because right now it's a huge threat to his family due to this scandal. Okay, and I'm sure there's going to be some suing. I mean, I'm sure the victims are going to try to sue, do some type of civil suit. I'm sure all of this is going to come with it also, but time will tell if they are able to beat it. But right here, this is what Ti mind is on, and that's family. Okay, he ain't thinking about nothing else right now but family. The last card is upward. This is flexibility. This is Ti. Even though he has a lot of other things going on, he's trying to be real flexible. He's trying to be real flexible. As you see, not only is family on his mind, not only is family on his mind, but of course, I'm sure that he's trying to do other things behind the scenes. Okay, but definitely not trying to neglect family. So, with that being the case, I'm sure he's probably giving his wife a lot of attention, and probably spending more time with his children. All I know is his mind is on family, but he's also trying to be more flexible when it comes to other things that's going on with him. Sometimes we feel like other people know what's best for us and the situation at hand, and due to a lack of self love. Hold on, family. I'm reading the wrong thing. I apologize. I didn't turn the page. I want to give many of you more clarity when it comes to this card, personal power, concerning Ti. I mean, flexibility concerning Ti. Alrighty. This will bring an abundance of ease and grace as you find yourself in the flow. Have you been feeling a little rigid in your thoughts or ideas lately? Maybe even a little stuck in your own ways. If so, it's time to practice the art of flexibility. And that's what he's doing, family. You may be holding out on to something in your life a little too tightly, and now it is time to let go and allow some new energy to flow in. It is easy to get caught up in trivial ideas and thoughts, especially if you have strong belief system in place in your life. However, at this time, it will be beneficial and very healing to look at some of these outdated ways and beliefs that could be wreaking havoc in your world. But at the end of the day, family, um, he's trying to operate being flexible, period, when it comes to his personal life and business, you know. But he's definitely making time for his family, let me just say that, as well as taking care of other business. So, this is what I'm getting from these two in the present. We know things can change, But in the present, this is what I'm picking up as far as what's going on with these two. Now, what I'm going to do is go a little deeper. I'm going to use my Psychic Tarot deck. I'm setting my intentions. What's present going on with T.I. and Tiny? What is presently going on with T.I. and Tiny? I see those things in the dark. I want to bring them out to the marvelous light concerning T.I. and Tiny. After my spirit guides will connect with T.I. and Tiny spirit guides. What is presently going on with T.I. and Tiny? What are they dealing with? I see those things in the dark. Bring them out to the marvelous light. What is T.I. and Tiny presently going through? What is T.I. and Tiny present situation? I'm gonna stop right there. I need to add more. I will. I don't want to make this video too long. Now, I was stating what T.I. and Tiny were presently going through because the spirit realm knows all things. But the whole time I was looking at Tiny. The eyes are the windows to our soul, okay? And pretty much what's going on with her, it's affecting him as well. Please know that. But anyway, I should have did it one at a time. Like, what's presently going on with Tiny? What's presently going on with T.I.? But at the end of the day, what's affecting one is affecting the other. Okay, okay. The first card is upside down. Rightfully so, due to what's presently going on with these two, with this scandal and all. This card is disruption. Had I pulled this card and it was upward, the disruption would have been coming from the head, which is Ti and Tiny. This would have been their doing. Okay, this would have been them causing disruption in their life. Okay, but this card is upside down. This is dealing with an outside source. This is someone from the outside that's causing disruption to Ti family. Okay, it's like somebody have a rug and they're snatching it from under their feet, shall I say, and they're falling head first. This is an outside source that's trying to cause disruption to Ti and Tiny. Okay, can't make this up. I can't make this up. This is stand your ground. This is Ti and Tiny in the present. They are standing their ground. They are not backing down. And they are both very very quiet, and it's understandable. I mean, I would be quiet. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be quiet because the more you talk, people going to talk. Especially when you constantly, reacting to every little thing, the blogs have to say. I would just stay quiet. But anyway, in the present, I was seeing those things in the dark, trying to bring them out to the marvelous light concerning Ti and Tiny. In the present, these two are staying firm. They are standing firm. Okay, they're fighting the good fight. They are standing their ground. They're not backing down. The next card is upside down, upward. This is shadow. Now we know when it comes to the shadow, okay? I'm not sure which one is experiencing this. It could be both. But when it comes to this right here, had this card been upward, because it was upside down, but had it been upward, it's pretty much would have been saying that Ti and Tiny are facing their worst fears. That Ti and Tiny are facing their demons, their shadow selves. It's upside down. So, do they have issues? Are there other things that are going on with them that they don't want people to know? Absolutely. Okay, we know they're not perfect, but they're not facing their issues. They're not facing their demons, their shadow selves. Just those little layers about them they don't want people to know about. They're pretty much ignoring it. Okay, they're it's like they don't want to face it. They do not want to face it. They don't want to own up and face it. Okay? Whatever this means to them. And I always say to feel is to heal, especially when it comes to inner healing work. We facing our shadow self, those layers about us that we want to forget and put a band-aid on it. That's what these two are doing. They're putting the band-aid on their issues or things, that dark side of them. They're putting the band-aid on it. It's like they choosing not to own it and face it so they can move forward. They're stuck somewhere here by not owning and facing their shadow selves. Okay, they're demons. The next card is upside down, upward. This is heartache and loss. In the present, Ti and Tiny is not dealing with heartache and loss, whatever this means to them. Had it been upward, they would have been. But in the present, right now, they're not dealing with no type of heartache and loss. Okay? Whether it be personal or business. Right here, this is upward. This is partnership alliance. This is hooking up with people. And love does not have to be part of the equation. Let me just say that. So in the present, this card is upward. This is a good omen. This represents harmony with somebody, working with somebody, contracts, okay, business, hooking up with somebody due to alliance. And a lot of times these Hollywood people hook up with each other like that. Love does not have to be part of the equation. But these two been together for quite some time, so I do believe they do love each other. But this card could be speaking about something else. Maybe some other kind of partnership that Ti and Tiny is planning on hooking up with. Maybe it's with some other type of network. I'm not sure yet, but what I do know is there is harmony in this alliance. Okay, there is harmony in this alliance right here. This is two people that they're sticking together, and it's pretty much you do for me, I do for you. You make me look good, I make you look good. Let's work together. There is harmony in this partnership. Right here. Can't make this up. Harmony, just Ti. I got tongue twisted. This is Ti and Tiny. In the present, there is harmony between these two. And many of you remember. Do many of you remember the card that I did on Ti? Sure you do. He's thinking about family. So obviously, for there to be harmony, okay, he's putting the work in at home. I'm sure he's spending more time at home with the family, with Tiny, showing her more extra attention and love. But all I can say is in the present, there is harmony with these two behind the scenes. They're just laying low and fighting a good fight, telling the truth. Okay, right here. And please know with my reading, there are timelines to them. A lot of this is going on in the now, and a lot of this would play out within probably in 3 days, 3 weeks, definitely before 2 months. But there are timelines to my readings, so a lot of time you hear me saying in this timeline, you know. So none of this is in divine order whatsoever. Right here, this is upside down. Upward, this is fulfillment and wishes. Now, family, this can be many things. Let me just say that. Okay, this can be Ti and Tiny. Whatever it is that they are believing for. Um, could be maybe due to this, lawsuit. Cause you better know it's going to be a lawsuit. Let me just tell you that. Had this been upward, I would say it would have been in their favor. Maybe they would have won and beat the lawsuit. But this card is upside down. So something's going to happen. Something's going to happen where it's not going to be in their favor. Let me just say that. Okay? It's something that they are believing for. It's the God of the universe is not going to grant their wish. Okay? And I'm not really sure what that is right now. We're going to keep moving. But it's something that these two really, really want, and it's not going to be in their favor. The next card is upside down. Upward, this is suffering in silence. In the present, because things can change. In the present, T.I. and Tiny are not suffering in silence. So things haven't really jumped off yet. I don't even know if there's going to. I don't even know if they're going to court on about this situation, or will it make it to court. I don't know that yet. But what I do know is right now they're still fighting a good fight behind the scenes, and in the present, these two are not suffering in silence. Okay. So are they quiet right now? Yes. But it's not bothering them to where they're like depressed and they are suffering. Let me just say that. Not right now, it's not. They're not suffering in silence. Right now, they're not. Right here, this is upside down. Concerning Ti and Tiny, this is recognition and reward. Now, had this card been upward, you can look at it as Ti and Tiny. They are being recognized for their hard-earned work. They're being recognized, period, and they are being rewarded. Okay. As well as you could say they're in the spotlight. Right here, this is someone who doesn't feel like they're in the spotlight concerning Ti and Tiny. Also, this is someone who feels ignored. They feel not rewarded. Okay, they feel overlooked. So in the present, you know, whether it be both of them, one of them are feeling like this. Okay, they're not feeling recognized nor rewarded. The next card is Love Begins. Now, concerning Ti and Tiny, we know they love each other, okay? They got their own thing when it comes to their own marriage, okay? We'll leave that alone. But we all know that they love each other. Um, but we know that can change also. Some people fall in love and they fall out of love. But right here, it says love begins. This says love begins. So could it be, he loved her and he fell out of love with her and now he's, starting to feel it again due to the fact that they're going through this challenging time and they're becoming more closer, they're bonding more. All I know is this say love begins. And there is harmony with these two. Okay, there is harmony with these two. Oh, it could be his feelings for her starting to rekindle in some type of way, due to them bonding over this situation, shall I say. That's pretty much what I'm getting from this. Cause I mean, um I know he love her, but like I said, you can fall out of love with a person as well. But this says love begins. So you can look at it from being personal or business, but I'm saying this more personal, okay? And what I mean by business mean like a project. Love begins as far as Ti and Tiny working on a project. Um, but this right here, I feel like this is more personal. Okay, right here, this is upside down. Upward. This is transformation. This card speaks about cycles, but it was upside down. Had it been upward, this would be a good omen as far as one cycle. They're moving from one cycle to the next as far as like rebirth. You know, out with the old, in with the new, shall I say. This card also represents growth. It's upside down concerning Ti and Tiny. Now it can be both, or it can be one of them. It can be both, or it can be one of them. But I was setting my attention on both of these two. According to the spirit, one one of them or both of them, all right, they're not operating in growth. And what I mean by that, I mean I'm talking about spiritual, all right. They're not evolving to where they're moving in a new phase, shall I say, spiritually. That's the only way that I can say it, okay, family? Because this is the transformation card. As I stated, it's pretty much represents moving from one phase in your life to another, and this card also represents renewal. Upward is renewal, and upside down is endings. Okay. The next card is upside down. Upward. This card right here is authority. This is someone who's operating in their power. But they operate in their power, shall I say, and they feel powerful. They feel very powerful. But it's weird, and they also feel unstoppable as well as it's like this person feels like uh, they can't be touched. Okay, cause when I get this card, a lot of time I think about like police officers, security officers, doctors. Like people in those high kind of positions. But we're talking about Ti and Tiny though. So the fact that I got this card concerning these two, maybe they're feeling behind the scenes a little powerless because he's Tiny. She's trying to get her power back behind the scenes, and it could be both of them. All I know is I was meditating on Tiny, and this is the vibration she was giving off. She's trying to operate in power. Okay, and that's someone that's not trying to be a pushover and let people run over them. Okay, they're trying to fight for themselves. They're trying to speak up for themselves. Okay, but it's still something going on behind the scenes to where you know when it comes to these two, they're feeling very powerless. Also, maybe Ti and Tiny feel like who knows. Um, they might not be able to beat this. You know, um, but still, but still they are trying to stand their ground. They're still trying to fight the good fight. I think these two would be okay regardless. I'm just gonna drop my card. I think these two would be okay regardless. If anything, it might be some type of like, they might have to pay these victims off. And I truly feel like they would just lay low, and probably had to end up paying these victims off. It'd be like end up being a civil suit probably, but they don't feel so powerful right here. Okay. And as I stated, there are timelines to my readings. And this right here, these two are not facing their shadow selves. So obviously, we all know it's something going on with these two, to where they don't want to own their ish, shall I say. I'm sure they have fetishes, but they are married, and I see nothing wrong with them. What goes on in their own bedroom? It's just the fact that it got out, okay? And people made it public, cause we all know they have an open marriage, but it's still something that's going on with them to where they're not owning their ish, shall I say, um, their personal issue. They're not owning it either. They're ignoring it, putting a band-aid on it. All right. I was going to use the True Love reading deck, but I decided I'm not going to do it. I don't want to make this video too long. I can always do another video another time. What I am going to do is I want to get an idea with Ti and Tiny beat this case. Overall, with Ti and Tiny beat this case, this scandal. This meant for this to come back out. It will. Ti and Tiny beat this case. Ti and Tiny beat this lawsuit. Ti and Tiny win the lawsuit. All right, family. Now, as I stated, please remember that um, there are timelines to my readings. Okay, I wanted to know. I've set my attention. Will Ti and Tiny, um, the fact that if there end up being like a lawsuit, will they end up beating it? Okay. The first card is upside down, upward. This is a sacrifice card. Had this card been upward, this is would be someone trying to sabotage and try to take an individual out. Okay, trying to sacrifice them. But this card was upside down. By this card being upside down, the spirit letting us know concerning Ti and Tiny that it is their own doing that has caused them to be sacrificed, meaning they are sacrificing themselves, okay? And what I mean by that, due to our actions, family, whether it be we run our feet to evil, whether it be we make choices and decisions that are not for our highest good, how we causes things to escalate in our lives, such as this so-called lawsuit, okay? This scandal that's going on, it really started with Ti and Tiny because had they not been involved with these women, okay, as far as the dealings with these people, okay, allowing them to come into the inner circle, we would have known anything about this, okay? But according to the spirit, this is Ti and Tiny's doing, okay? They caused themselves to be sacrificed, whatever that means, all right? According to the spirit, this is upside. See, yeah, upside down, upward. This is obstacles and challenges. All right. This card also represents power struggle. It represents power struggle too. So will there be obstacles and challenges with Ti and Tiny concerning this situation? Yes, it will be, and also some power struggles. Also some power struggles, and it probably would be between you know, Ti and Tiny as well. All right. But I'm sure that they're going to handle it pretty well because, with the first spray, it's showing them in harmony. So, this power struggle for the most part is Ti and Tiny versus, the victims. Let me just say that. Right here, this is upside down. Upward, this is movement, choices, and decisions. But it was upside down, family. Upward, this is Ti and Tiny. See all these different doors they can go through? Especially if you want to escape, okay? If you want to escape, look at all the different doors you can go through. You have options. Right here, like they kind of stuck, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do as far as the doors that they should go through, okay? The choices that they should make. All we know is they are standing their ground. That we do know, okay? They're standing up for themselves. This is what we do know. But right here, they're not considering any other doors to go through, and maybe they feel like they don't have any other doors to go through. They have just gonna walk this thing on out. You know, it doesn't look like they have other options. This is someone who got options. This is someone who doesn't. And the only thing I could think of is, as I stated, I know they're fighting a good fight, but if they can't go through any other doors, the only door is paying these ladies off, paying them off. Okay, things get real silent. People stop talking about it, and everything is everything. But to really keep fighting this case and it go to court, well, you never know what can come out of that. Anyway, let me continue. The next is upside down. Upward, this is patient and planning. According to the spirit, Ti and Tiny are not being patient and they're not planning. It's kind of like they don't have a strategy at all. It's pretty much their word against the others, victims' word. It's like their word against versus their word. But it's kind of like they don't have no kind of strategy at all. But according to the spirit, they are trying to stand up for themselves. But also, they're feeling very impatient. Also, had it been upward, it would be patient, patient in planning. They're very patient, and it seems like to me they don't have no kind of strategy whatsoever. I think they're just waiting to see what's going to jump off, what's going to happen. Right here, this is upside down. Upward, this is the third eye chakra. This is I see. This is someone who see the big picture. Okay, they're operating in awareness. This is someone who is not. So Ti and Tiny, they don't see. It's something that they don't see. And maybe they don't really see, as far as why are we going through this, according to him and her. I'm sure, in their heads they're thinking like, well, why are we going through this? We grown. What goes on in our bedroom goes on in our bedroom. Why has it comes to this? You know, why are they doing this to us? It's like they don't really see why things went down the way they did. Okay, this is upside down. Upward, this is prosperity begins. This is somebody who's sowing the seed and they're waiting to reap the harvest. But concerning Ti and Tiny, this represents endings also. See how these two are in harmony, holding hands? Prosperity begins for them. That's their seed, their hard earned work, their money. Prosperity ends. So I'm not saying they're gonna be broke, but this is popping up in my spirit. I truly believe, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be some lawsuits. Okay, uh, these so-called victims are going to get paid. All right, they are going to get paid. Okay, cause this is money coming out of their hands. Okay, um, this card represents some losses. Let me just say that It's not speaking about upward. It's speaking about gaining. Upside down is about losses. All right. Mm. Then this card is upside down. Upward. This is deception and envy. Okay. Deception and envy. As far as what's going on around Ti and Tiny. Okay. At the end of the day, how well do you know these people? How well do you know these people? Were they telling you everything you needed to know? Were you receiving all the facts? Pure deception, pure deception. And they was not operating in awareness at all as far as those that were around them in their inner circle. Okay? And if it was a plan to bring them down, they didn't even see it coming. Okay? They didn't even see it coming. How well do you know those who are around you? Are they telling you everything you need to know? In the fact that Tia and Tiny got involved with them, okay? Made the conscious choice to get involved with them. They pretty much sacrificed themselves, okay? As they say, they got played. They got played. And it's going to cost them. And I don't even know how many victims it is, but you can imagine. You can imagine all that money going out to each victim. All right, this is my last spread. This is my last spread. I'm setting my intentions. I want to know all the rumors true about Ti and Tiny. All the sex trafficking rumors true about Ti and Tiny. All the rumors true about Ti and Tiny concerning these victims. Concerning these women. All the rumors true concerning Ti and Tiny. Concerning these women, these victims. See those things in the dark, bring them out to the marvelous light. All of the rumors true to this so-called scandal. Okay. Mm. Mm. The first card is upside down, upward. This is awareness. As I stated before, the spread before this one spoke about how Ti and Tiny were operating in I don't what see. This is someone who operate in awareness. They see what's going on. They see what's going on around them. This is someone who is blindsided and they don't see. They're not operating in awareness. Okay, it's like they are blind to what's going on around them. That's why Ti didn't see this coming. Him and Tiny, they was too caught up in whatever it is that they were into. And if it was planned for these ladies to take them down, they fell for the okey doke. The next card is upside down, upward. This is patience. Okay, Ti and Tiny are feeling very impatient. They pretty much want this over with. Okay, they want this over with, and rightfully so, because they really don't know how it's going to affect them, their money, their partnership with other business endeavor. This is the answer that I wanted. Mm, looks like to me, they probably gonna have to end up paying family. This is not, excuse me, this is not in their favor at all. This says triumph, success. Had this card been upward, this would have been Ti and Tiny favor. They would have been triumph and success. We should hear about it soon, or not, if it end up being public. But there won't be no triumph in this matter. For the most part, I truly feel like they're gonna have to pay. Okay, they're gonna have to pay out to these victims, or whatever this means concerning Ti and Tiny. Okay, they will not be triumph in this situation, but time will tell. My readings are like timelines. Okay, maybe we'll hear more about this within 3 weeks or within 3 months. Well, definitely, I say about 2 months from now. But there won't be no triumph in this situation. Let me just say that. This is interesting right here. This is interesting because I was seeing those things in the dark and I bring them out to the marvelous light concerning Ti and Tiny. And this is somebody who was once pregnant. Okay, upward. This says the fertility card. Okay, they were either pregnant or they were trying to birth something. This card also represents good seed. Upside down, if they were trying to plant something, it wasn't a good seed at all. If it was a project that he was trying to do, him and Tiny, it didn't fall through. But a lot of times I get this card, somebody was pregnant. Notice what I said, somebody was pregnant. It could have been a miscarriage. Allegedly, either Tiny had a miscarriage or someone did. Okay? Or someone did. And I haven't really been following up too much on this so-called scandal. Maybe many of you might know. Have any of these women been with Ti and got pregnant and had a miscarriage or lost a baby for whatever reason, had an abortion? Cause upside down represents lack. I mean, no growth. Okay, whether it be a project that didn't go anywhere or someone was pregnant. Okay, and they lost a baby. It's either Tiny or somebody else. And that other person could be one of the victims, allegedly. The next card is upside down, upward. This is memories of love. Memories of love. That's interesting. This is someone who's not thinking about a significant other. This is someone who's moving forward, moving on, and they're not thinking about someone that was once dear to them. Okay? Right here, they're reflecting memories of love. Right here, they're not reflecting at all. They're moving forward. Whatever this means concerning Ti and Tiny, whatever that means. And then sometimes when I get these two together, family, as I stated, this is fertility card. Sometimes when I get these two together, a person could have been pregnant and they had a miscarriage. Okay? And if they were once thinking about it, you know, especially for those who can relate, us ladies who have maybe had a miscarriage before, or whatever, that stays with you for a while, but eventually you're able to move past it, but you never forget. Okay? So I'm not going to really add too much to this. I didn't mean if you be the judge, but that's interesting. Now the last card is upside down, upward. This is the temptation card, and I wanted to know was Ti and Tiny. Um, I was setting my attention about these two as far as are the rumors true due to the scandal and all of that. Had this card been upward, it would not have been a good omen for these two, cause this card would be letting me know due to temptation played a big part in why things went down with Ti and Tiny. Let me just say that. And we all know temptation is anything that you are indulging in that's not for your highest good. Um, whether it be alcohol, drugs, um, getting involved with the wrong people, rightfully so, because that is one of the things that did cause them to be in a situation. And drugs could have played a big part also. But temptation was a factor, shall I say, but not in the way that we think. By this card being upside down, um, I was asking the spirits, was it are the rumors true about Ti and Tiny? According to the spirit, temptation did not play a factor why these two are in this situation. Okay? Now, what did play a factor is their lack of awareness. Okay? Getting involved with the wrong people. Let me just say that. But these ladies are saying they were drugged. Okay? And had this card been upward, that's speaking about, drugs. Um, we're speaking about drugs, period, as far as, Ti and Tiny indulging in drugs, and due to the temptation, which could have caused um, them, taking part in, um,
All right,
maybe,
family. I felt the need to read up
giving
on this
drugs
card,
out,
deception and
okay? But
envy.
it's
It was
upside
upside
down.
down, but it does
And I'm
have
not saying
additional
that,
meaning. Please have
drugs were
ears
not
to hear.
involved, but when I get
So
this
many of you
card
can
right
receive
here,
clarity about this card.
in my
To
spirit,
be
it's
forewarned
like
is to be
I'm
forearmed. This
sensing that
card
Tia and
comes at a
Tiny
time
didn't
when
force anything on
individuals or
anybody. Okay,
conditions
temptation
aren't
didn't
what
play a
they appear
part
to
as
be.
far as
How well do you really
didn't have
know the
anything to do with the
people
equation.
around
That's the point I'm
you,
trying to make as far as
the
Tia and Tiny
victims?
forcing anything on anybody.
Okay? Are they telling you everything you need to know? In business, make sure you gather all the necessary information so that you're aware of and understand all the facts before continuing. You've worked hard. Don't let others take from you what is rightfully yours. Now, that card was upside down, so it's basically speaking from that perspective, family, due to deception and envy. How well did T.I. and Tiny really knew those that they let inside their inner circle, those that they let get too close to them, okay? Because we all know when people get too close to you, and they know all your little secrets and fetish and just the fact that they know things about you, they can really mess you up, okay? So the card was upside down. So it's saying you work hard. Don't let others take from you what is rightfully yours. Unfortunately, some people may be envious of your accomplishments. This card also represents a time of sudden and unexpected changes, or when plans that you're undertaking may not turn out exactly the way you envision. You hear that? Plans. Have a plan B as a fallback strategy to prevent future problems. Use this card as a reminder to be prepared. It's better to be safe than sorry. But at the end of the day, how well did Tia and Tiny really know those individuals whom they let get too close in their inner circle? All right. At the end of the day, they were not operating in awareness. They was blindsided, and they hooked up with the wrong people, and they're getting over on them big time.
I'm sensing that it was these individual on decision to partake in drugs, okay? But this car popped up for a reason. These elements were a key factor. There was drugs involved, drinking involved, anything that's due to temptation. By this car being upside down, it wasn't Ti and Tiny doing. They were pretty much, it was their own decision to take part in certain things. That's the point I'm trying to make. But due to their poor decision making and not operating in awareness, okay? It's okay to have a little fetish, but they need to be mindful who they get involved with. That's what pretty much, caused them to sacrifice themselves. That's what pretty much really brought them down due to their lack of awareness, as far as the situation that they were in and the people that they hooked up with. Okay? The poor decision making. Because if this is not tiny, it looks like to me somebody had got pregnant and they lost their baby or had a miscarriage, one or the other. Okay? Or an abortion, it depends. But right here, this letting me know somebody had got pregnant. Somebody had got pregnant, but they lost a baby either due to having an abortion or a miscarriage. All right, family. This is my read on Ti and Tiny. I wish these two all the best. I just pray that they learn from the situation as they move forward and start operating more in awareness. Okay, start paying attention to what the hell going on around you and who you decide to let in your inner circle. Cause we're going in their bedroom, that's their business. But due to their poor choice of hooking up with the wrong people, that's why they in the situation that they're in. So anyway, as I stated, Tiny is ungrounded. She's not grounded at all, but she needs to get grounded. Cause this will keep her balanced. Okay, she get her motion in check. She need to tap in spirituals. Pray and meditate, get answers. As far as how she's gonna move out here, being guided by the spirit, and get her thought process to where she's thinking positive to get out of the situation. But she is operating in power. All right. And as y'all saw earlier with the other cards, her and Ti are standing their ground. So she is trying to get her power back. Her and Ti both. Ti's all about family now, and if he wasn't, he all about family now. And he have to keep that image up. Let me just say that, cause him and her, they're fighting a good fight right now. Their character right now is being tested big time. So right now he all lovey dovey, he all about family, and he's also right now being flexible, meaning he's doing a whole lot of things, but he's definitely that which really matters, shall I say? He's making sure that um, he's he is thoughtful and that which matters the most. He's been flexible, okay, business and personal, okay, trying to take his business plus be about family. So anyway, how this gonna end, family? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Whatever this means right here, lack of success and triumph. But it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. And I'm not saying Ti Tiny's gonna go to jail. No, no, no. But what I am saying, they might end up kicking out. If anything, you know, they probably just had to. They probably end up kicking out some money to these victims. Okay. Like I said, they need to just learn from their mistakes and be more wise. Thank you for watching. Much love to you all, and bye for now.